What's going on, boxing family? So, we're gonna go live for a little bit. Driving down. Well, I don't need to tell you where I'm driving to, but let's go ahead and talk about the Canelo Crawford boxing match that's coming up. This has been an anticipated match. Canelo, Mexican boxing superstar, cash cow in the sport of boxing. On the other side, we have Crawford, and it's going to be a chess match. Many people believe that because Canelo is the bigger man, he simply has the upper hand on Terence Bud Crawford. But I don't necessarily think that's the case, because a great little man tends to beat a good big man. And Canelo Alvarez's resume, Canelo Alvarez's career has been a product of matchmaking, fighting the right opponent at the right time. But this time he's going up ahead. He's going up ahead against Terence Bud Crawford. And yes, Terence Bud Crawford is past his prime. Well, maybe not necessarily past his prime, but he is not 32 years old anymore. He is not 28 years old anymore. He is getting close to 40 years old. He is in the second half of his 30s. And Canelo Alvarez is barely in his mid-30s. I believe he's around 34 years of age. Anywho, the point is that, yes, Canelo Alvarez is catching an old Terence Crawford, but Bud Crawford has a lot in the tank. And reason being is that Terence Bud Crawford fighting style is not necessarily like an Errol Spence, is not like a Manny Pacquiao, is not like a Sean Porter, a Kell Brook, where they deliver this tremendous amount of pressure. Terence Bud Crawford is more of a thinker. Terence Bud Crawford is a switch hitter. Terence Bud Crawford is technical, is tactical, and is skillful. And I believe that is going to make a competitive fight against Canelo Alvarez, because Canelo Alvarez is also a skillful technical fighter. Canelo Alvarez does not carry the traditional Mexican boxing style that we all love to see, where they go in there, they throw punches in bunches to the body, to the head. They take two punches to give one punch. Canelo Alvarez has not been in any bloody matchups where he has been in danger, where he has been knocked down. Canelo Alvarez is more cerebral inside the boxing ring. And that's the reason I say this is going to be a high-level chess match. Yes, Canelo Alvarez may attempt to walk down Terence Bud Crawford, but once Terence Bud Crawford gets in the zone, gets in the groove, and especially if he realizes that Canelo Alvarez does not have the power to put him out, Terence Bud Crawford is going to stay patient, is going to pick his shots, is going to utilize his footwork, move around, but not run. Believe me when I say he's going to move around, but not run. And what I mean by that is that he's going to step to the right, he's going to step to the left, he's going to look for those angles, but we're not going to see any running around like Shakur Stevenson, or like, I know that Flo used to get criticized for running around, but Terence Bud Crawford, that is not his fighting style. Crawford is the type of fighter that likes to make it a brawl. He has a lot of ego, he has a lot of pride, and if he gets tapped, he's going to come back and get his. That is Terrence Bud Crawford, and that's also what makes this a dangerous fight for Bud Crawford, because both of these fighters have very good counter puncher abilities. Canelo Alvarez, we've seen some of his counter punching early in his career against Austin Trout. We also seen some of his counter puncher abilities later in his career against Billy Joe Saunders, against Daniel Jacobs. Canelo Alvarez is a good counter puncher, and Bud Crawford is also a good counter puncher. By the way, I am trying this new thing where I am streaming as I'm on the road. I'm driving, so let me know in the comment section below if you can hear me. Just want to make sure the audio is working. I got this new speaker that I attached to the seatbelt, and want to make sure that you guys are able to hear the audio. I know that there might be some background noise, some cars, some wind, but let me know in the comment section if you're able to hear me. Anywho, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about Bud Crawford against Canelo Alvarez. And the other topic I do want to touch on too is the other big fight that is happening later this month, and that is Manny Pacquiao against Barrios. I have a theory, and you're not going to believe this, but even though Pacquiao is late in his career, even though Barrios is the fighter who I think is probably going to come out with the victory, I have a theory that if Pacquiao wins the fight, and if Terrence Crawford wins the fight, Pacquiao is going to look to go after Terrence Bud Crawford. And yes, I know that Crawford, at this point, he's in his prime. Manny Pacquiao is way past his prime, but that's the type of warrior I see not fight for a championship belt, to be a contender, to be the 10th fighter in the rankings. Pacquiao, that he's